Welcome to The Connect with your hosts, Christina Lee, Krista Escamilla, Shauna Garcia, and me, Natalie Cargile. We inspire, we influence, and we network. Are you ready to slay this new week? Let's go.
Well, happy Saturday. Welcome to the Connect Show on Fox 24. I've got my business besties, Shauna and Christina, and a fantastic co-host filling in for Krista Escamilla today, and that's Miss Christy Joe Lightfoot. Christy, thanks for being here. So happy, and I'm sure you all saw her a couple months back. You had joined us talking a bit about marketing and branding as well. You are a marketing strategist, so I love that about your business. You help women ignite their businesses, generate income, and grow their e-commerce. And I think e-commerce is just where it's at right now because we're all online. What are some of the mistakes you see with women and their online businesses?
As you said, Natalie, I do have the background in branding. So a lot of times that's the first place I tend to look is branding. But when we set that aside, one of the biggest mistakes that I see is just consistency in showing up. It's so, especially right now with everything going on, everybody's lives it has turned upside down. Kids are at home now and they're trying to run their business online or, brick and mortar. Nobody knows what they're doing right now, but just that consistency, because that's one of the things that with social media, if you're not consistent, it's like you're going uphill and then you start rolling right back down. And so I feel like one of the biggest mistakes that business owners make is not being consistent with their marketing, because it feels like you have to start all over and then you want to give up.
Right.
So let's talk about marketing, because you're saying, hey, consistency in social media. Is social media the only way to market, or do you have some other good rules of thumb for those of us who are kind of like, we don't even know where to begin with marketing?
No, there's so many great areas to go. And a lot of it would depend on what kind of business do you have? Where are your customers at? So, if you're trying to find my mom, she might not be on social media. She might be more watching this show instead. Email marketing is really great, but then, where do you get those email addresses? It's either from people who are visiting your website or from social media and you advertising, hey, give me your email address. Hopefully not like that, but hey, give me your email address. And so I feel like, but right now social media is where it's at because people can't go out, can't visit businesses. So unless you do have a TV commercial, because that's also another amazing way to reach people. So the first thing is, where are your customers? That's where I would start.
I love that.
Christy Joe, so one thing I think with COVID, I've seen a lot of posts on social media that, okay, spring break is finally over. So we're talking March until now. That's a lot of months of spring break. And I think that's created a lot of bad habits in people because we're all having to adjust and figure out what that's like. So I really appreciate what you said about consistency and just discipline. I mean, I think in any business, especially as entrepreneurs, we tend to let business sometimes happen to us instead of us happening to the business. So I think that consistency is the purposeful point. So love your social. You're always so chic. How important is the outlook of your social, and how do you decide what to post?
Oh gosh, sometimes it's random. And I teach marketing, I talk about it. I do think there's certain things that you need to be posting at certain times, but sometimes my decision is, just in the spur of the moment. Hey, I'm with my dogs, or, outside taking a walk. Here's, a picture of my horse, something like that. I try to be a good mix of being intentional, but then also, hey, I'm here for business. Otherwise I wouldn't be posting. I would just be scrolling and, or taking a nap or, whatever. But I feel like looking at my business, trying to be intentional with, what products or services I'm offering, posting about that kind of stuff. And then also just really trying to motivate people and what is going to catch someone's eye to get them to share this, to like this, and to comment. And so having that conversation, whether it's just asking a question or just giving some motivational advice, which I feel like even me, we all kind of need that right now for sure.
And Christy, Joe, you did our rebranding for, it's funny, I say rebranding when we were never branded, but she branded us. So our branding, I should say, for the Connect. And I love it. And it's so fun. It makes business so much easier. And another thing that you taught me is that it's important to share the things that you might not want on your page in your stories. And that's also an opportunity for people to get to know you in a more personal way. And it's something that just lasts for 24 hours. So if it's like, you woke up in the morning and you're like, yikes, but here's my face routine. It's still a way to have it out there to connect with your audience. And then it's gone thereafter. So lots of great tips. Well, still to come, very excited about today's show. If you are cleaning with home products that include bleach or ammonia or even phosphates, the effects those products can have on your health is next. But first, here's this week's Minute with Marcy.
Welcome to this week's Minute with Marcy. We are here today in the fabulous BRL salon. I am standing in front of the Real MC hair extensions. Real MC hair extensions are different because we are middle drawn and double drawn. Most of your hair extension companies offer single drawn hair. Behind me, we have 18-inch double drawn hand-tied hair extensions. I'm wearing the 22-inch double drawn hand-tied hair extensions, and so excited, coming soon, next week actually, we will be one of the very first hair extension companies to offer 24-inch double-drawn hand-tied hair extensions. We will see you next week for your new installation. You don't have to be a celebrity to feel like one. Our top-of-the-line Russian hair extensions provide a more natural feel, faster blow-dry time, and a full wait line. Real MC hair extensions are available to all stylists, and all extensions are available the same day. Come in and feel the difference for yourself.
Miss Casey's Christmas store has been your happy place over the past 35 years. We create beautiful displays to decorate your home or anywhere else your heart desires. Bring the Wonderland home with you. Your happy place for holiday and home decor is now open. We have had so much fun helping you bring cheer to your world that we changed our name to Miss Casey's Wonderland. Thank you for shopping at Miss Casey's in-store or online and spreading cheer throughout your world.
Are you looking for flame-resistant uniforms? Consider Rig ID Workwear. Here's 5 reasons why. There are no contracts. That's worth repeating. There are no contracts. Eliminate the hassle of lost rented garments. Corporate discounts are available for your entire workforce at Rig ID. Put an end to the hassle and stress of pickup and delivery of your company's uniforms. We offer full FR uniform products as well as boots, gloves, and accessories. Stop by Rig ID Workwear and start saving your company both money and time.
Welcome back to the Connect Show on Fox 24. Very excited for our next guest. Before we tossed a break, we talked about cleaning products that maybe you are using in your home that include products like ammonia or bleach or even phosphates. Janetta, I love what you're doing. Janetta Olaseni is with us today, and you work with a wellness company that provides safer, less toxic, effective, affordable plant-based products, right? Who knew you could clean with plant-based products? Anybody out there? It's okay. So first off, welcome. I'm curious if it's true that cleaning your house with bleach can have a 28% increase in asthma attacks. Is that accurate?
Well, I want to believe that. Here's why, because there's also a lung study out now that actually says that cleaning your household with regular grocery store brand cleaners like bleach and all the stuff that you mentioned above actually can play a role even on like lung cancer. Think about it. Lung cancer is still the leading cause of death of cancers. So why is it that a lot of people have not smoked cigarettes? And so that's where you kind of start thinking like, that doesn't make sense. It's not lining up, the fact that we all already assume that cigarettes link to lung cancer, but not necessarily. It could be a lot of chemical exposures. And so there's actually a study out about that says cleaning your household once a week with regular grocery store brand cleaners is like smoking a pack of cigarettes for 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's a lot of studies out there that proves that case. So yeah, I believe it for sure.
What made you switch over to plant-based products?
Well, actually 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the type that they said I had was what they call estrogen receptor. And so also I'm an RN, I'm a registered nurse, but also I'm a holistic nurse. So I love the whole aspect of spirit, mind, and body balance. And so basically I started really getting into how toxins enter the body. And there's actually 4 ways that toxins enter the body. And a lot of times we don't think of that. We think of, okay, it's food. You got a lot of stuff in your food that you might get some toxic overload. But actually it's what we inhale, what we smell, what we put on our body, what we absorb, and the things that we do inject in our body. So, those are the 4 ways in what you ingest and what you eat. And so basically I start doing a lot of like research on things that we have. This is a big word. It's called phytoestrogens, fake estrogens. And so they're in household goods like the nonstick cookware. They're in BPH line canned goods. They're in household cleaning products. You can find all these phytoestrogens everywhere. Candles, all kind of stuff. And so I just went on a mission basically to just detoxify my home, convert my home out with like non-toxic products all the way from the front to the back of my house. I don't use anything that's toxic, that has chemicals in it, that's harmful for my household or my family.
Let's say that there's someone out there who doesn't do anything holistic or plant-based, but they're hearing everything you're saying and thinking it's really time for me to transition over and create a new lifestyle. What would your suggestion be for them to start making that transition if they've never done it before?
Well, call me, first of all. But second of all, you can find simple things around the home. For instance, if you're cleaning your fruits and vegetables, which I hope we are, and especially now with this COVID scare, we definitely need to be cleaning those fruits and vegetables. Take that, for instance. You can basically take some baking soda and you can clean that. You can use that, to actually make sure that your vegetables are clean. Of course, with water, and, you soak it in water. That would be a step. Also, you can use apple cider vinegar. You can use different types of products around the home instead of the ammonia and bleach. That will actually help them get started, like in converting, just looking up different things that are around the house that they don't really have to go out and buy just per se to actually start that process.
Janetta, you and Femi have blessed my life over the years, and I know you on a personal level, and so I've watched you and Femi, and I've watched your success, and I've watched you grow personally, professionally, and you've done this in a way that you do have your blessings. You bless people and you are blessed, but you put in the hard work that it takes. You do your studies. I've watched you build your home you built your business out of your home. You had it locally in Midland, San Angelo, right?
Abilene.
I know you expanded. You sold it. It became a multi-million-dollar company. It's been nationally recognized. Mm-hmm. And then so you did that, and you got, you built this from your living room.
Yep.
And now you sold it for millions. Then you also are the owner of POP LLC, was Prosper on Purpose, which to me, that is you in the way you wake up in the morning, the way you go to bed, everything is on purpose. What advice do you have for women that do have dreams that are so big? And what advice would you give them, the one thing that is so important?
First of all, keep God first in everything you do. That's just the first thing for me, because without him, I don't believe we would have been able to even reach the smallest inkling of success that we did. Because this, Shauna, me and Femi pray about everything. So it's like,
you prayed over me before I moved.
So Femi's like, she's getting ready to move. We need to pray over her. Come here, girl. So it's like, we pray over everything. So our business was a big deal. Like, I've been in the military. I used to sell Mary Kay. I've always been like an entrepreneur. Actually, my first rental property I owned at 21 years old. And so I was a landlord at 21. And so basically I had that in me to do. So it does kind of require some sort of a drive, I would say, but it can be learned. So you have some people who may not be driven like out of birth like me, but like I don't sleep until some goals are met. You know, that's the kind of mindset I have. But you also can learn those things. And so I would say get around people like you guys. I mean, people really, especially now, you need to partner with other people who have been where you are trying to go. Because what happens is there's two things that you do not want to be: broke and busy. Let me say that again, because there's a lot of people busy as heck, but broke as heck too. I don't want that. And then you have a sister twin of that. It's called prideful and poor.
I love
So they're twins: broken, busy, prideful, and poor. And so what happens is you be so prideful that you won't reach out to a sister and find out what they did to get to where they are. Mentorship is very important in the space of entrepreneurship, in my opinion.
And it's incredible. I know you spoke just a second ago or mentioned about your service, and I had no idea, despite the fact that our kids have gone to school together since they were very little, that you served our country as a combat lifesaver with an aviation unit. First of all, thank you for your service. But second of all, how amazing is that? You're incredible. How did those just life experiences shape what you're doing now?
Well, to be honest with you, sis, I come from a family of just straight up service driven people. We have over 100 years combined service. And so my dad was retired. My uncle retired as a lieutenant colonel. My brother just retired as a lieutenant colonel. So I was destined to go into the military. I just didn't know which branch. But I also was a rebellious kid. And so basically, I had one of those kind of come to Jesus chats with my brother, like, you're going to either be in jail or in the army. You need to make a choice. And so basically, you're going to the army. So I always laugh and make a joke and tell people I was the only one that did not go into the army as a volunteer person. Because, you know, it's supposed to be volunteer. Not me. I was drugged into the military. And so I just made the best of it. I did my 8 years and I was done. But literally, I knew that as long as I had an ETS date, which means I knew I was getting out of the military, that I could do this, that I could do whatever I had to do to get it done.
Janetta, if people want to reach out to you to purchase products from you, how can they contact you?
The best way would be to go to my website, go to poptotalwellness.com.
Well, still to come, have you been considering either opening your own salon, or perhaps you're just happy being in your chair? Lots to think about when you're an entrepreneur. Our next guest is going to share how you can perfect your craft. We'll be right back.
Relationship, positive attitude, dynamic, success, and excellence. These are the values to ensure a stress-free and seamless mortgage loan. Hi, I'm Nikki with the Platinum Group at Benchmark Mortgage. As a residential loan officer with more than 17 years of experience, I know how to take the hassle out of the borrowing process and get you into the home of your dreams. My team is focused on building relationships, and we do whatever it takes to ensure a dynamic and successful experience every step of the way.
Howdy. Susie's South 40 invites you to come by and take a gander at all of the Texas souvenirs and gift items we have available for the Texas lover in you. Here at Susie's South 40, we take pride in representing our great state of Texas, and that's why you'll always find a great and unique selection of Texas-themed items. And of course, a variety of delicious candy. So stop by today at either of our locations at 401 South Marinfeld or 2101 West Wadley for a great Texas experience in Midland.
Welcome back to the Connect Show on Fox 24. So if you've been contemplating opening up your own hair salon or remaining a stylist, I love our next guest. She is the girl for you. She's got all of the information. Tara Anderson, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Glad you're here today. You're going to bring some clarity around that decision. So today you're killing it over at BRL Salon. You mentioned you have your MC hair.
Yes, I do. I got a rep.
Yes, love your look, girl. So beautiful.
Thank you.
So for many years, you owned your own salon. right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
actually
Yes,
several.
ma'am.
Yeah, more than one. How did you decide, and when did you decide it was time to switch from ownership of several salons to ownership of my chair, and I'm going to deliver right here in this space?
The great thing about being a hairdresser and renting your booth is that you have so much fluidity in your career. You can do things like own your salon and rent your chair, or you can just start to hone in on your business where you can just work with, you know, your clientele and doing what's best for you and your family. And for me, after doing hair for about 10 years, it was just time for me to reel that in a little bit, stop doing all the behind the scenes things that were taking up time at home, and start looking to offer more higher end services for the clients that I did have behind my chair. So after owning salon for about 10 years, I did decide that it was time to hang that part of it up and really go more in the direction of hair extensions, and to really, you know, hone more in on that than it was to run the salon.
I love that, Tara. What advice, or how do you encourage women who are trying to decide between opening their own salon or working in a chair themselves?
First of all, you really have to be a team player, and you really need to have a good salon family if you're going to stay where you are. After that, the decision is more, you know, what are you wanting to do? What are you looking to achieve by opening your own salon? Is it just that you want the freedom to do what you want to decorate things the way you want to run the business the way you want to build your own team, you know, or is it something where you just maybe need a change of scenery? Maybe you need to change salons. And like I said, for me, that was definitely the highest point that I could get to, that I could think of in my career, was to open a salon. But once I had done that for a while, I got to a different point in my life where I just decided, you know, some freedom to be at home a little bit more with my kiddos. I got married and I had my third child, and it was just, for me, it was time to hang that part up.
Awesome.
All right, Tara, let's talk about thinning hair, because as I've gotten older, I swear some mornings I'm waking up thinking, is it still there? Because I'm afraid I'm going to wake up and it's all going to be gone. So what is your advice on how to tackle this?
Well, sister, I only have 6 hairs on my own head to rub together. None of this is me, except for just this little top knot, little, you know, do up here. So the good thing about doing the hand-tied extensions, like what I do with the Real MC extensions, is that it's actually, it is adjustable as far as the weight of the hair is. So if you are having a problem with thinning, and you are still actively thinning, we can adjust that weight for you so that it doesn't do further damage. I've worked for 2 companies, of course, the Real MC extensions, but also for Dreamcatchers. And the reason that I chose both companies was because the majority of my clients come to me because, just like me, I have thin hair, and I don't, you know, if I'm going to have long hair, I need some help. And even if I don't want it super long, if I want anything past my shoulders, I definitely needed some help. And so I chose these companies because they don't further that damage. It evenly distributes weight. We can do lots of different lengths and that kind of thing. And that will for sure help with not continuing any more damage to the hair.
I love that, Tara. And I have a halo. So that's one of the things I want to be able to put mine up, and I can't.
That's right. Right.
So I'm sure there's other women watching right now. They're like, sign me up. So tell us, how do we contact you? How do we make an appointment with you?
You can always call me or text me at 432-254-8444. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can look me up under Tara Anderson Hairworks. You do need to come in for a fitting and a consultation. And that's just so I can make sure I can match your color perfectly. We can talk about hair goals. Are you wanting length? Are you wanting volume? Are you wanting both? We need to make sure that your color is on point first before we go and put all of this hair on you. And so I invite anybody to come see me. It's about a 15-minute free consultation. And I look forward to meeting new people.
We're going to take a quick break, and coming up next, super exciting because we're talking about these new expenses for business owners, guidelines, surcharges, COVID, all of that next.
Glam up your routine at Urban Glow Blow Dry Bar. Whether it's company or corporate events, weddings, girls' night out, family pictures, or you just want to get glammed, get blown out and ready to go out at Urban Glow Blow Dry Bar. Located at 3415 North Loop 250 in the Borgata Shopping Center in Midland.
FemVita is the future of feminine health, leading the Permian Basin in women's primary care and gynecology, focusing on everything from wellness, disease screening and prevention, diabetes, surgical proceedings, and more. We honor the time of our patients and never double book, so your appointed time is set just for you. FemVita, the future of feminine health.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show on Fox. So the cost for companies to stay within the guidelines of COVID seems to be adding up for many companies, and it's making it hard for some of them to stay above water.
The government, the PPE program did help a lot of the small companies stay afloat for a while. I don't know what that looks like going into this time of year with that money running out, and if it will continue, if it will help some of the small businesses stay open. I think they have had to cut hours from what I've heard. I just think the whole world's having to adjust in ways that we were never prepared for, and I think there is some benefit in there. I think it's helping people to kind of be a little bit more saving conscious. I know I am. I haven't taken any trips.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Shauna. but it is sad and it is scary, and I just hope that these businesses can stay open, because it's a family generational thing too. Some of these businesses have been in the same family for multiple generations, and I just hope that they're able to sustain, to carry on those names.
I think I've seen it a lot in the fact of how much more labor is needed in sanitizing. I mean, sanitizing carts, sanitizing tops, sanitizing all of these things that probably in their budget, they weren't prepared to pay for all of the stuff to sanitize, or the man hours required. And then, the glass that has to go in, and all of these different places that are retail, and separating the two, the cashier from you. And those, if you're in a small margin business, those are huge and things you would just never be prepared for. So I feel like every new business, or every different business I'm going into, I'm seeing things where I think, man, this is probably stretching them.
Yeah. Today is always lovely, as always, every Saturday morning, and we hope that all you guys out there have enjoyed our show. If you'd like to be a member of us and be in our private community, we would love to have you, and you can join us at theconnectonline.com. And as always, we look forward to seeing you.
That's right. And whether you are a member or you just want to come hang out with us, we have events every month, and we call them masterminds, right? Where we all get together and master our minds. Okay. And the leader this month is an amazing woman. Her name is Tiffany Tolliver. You can find her on Instagram at the Emma Rose Agency. Tiffany Tolliver in the last 90 days generated 6 figures doing what she does. She's a rebrand strategist. So this month is going to be good. And if you want to know more about how you can launch your own program, launch your own business, she is definitely delivering the goods. So we hope you make it. That is Thursday, August 20th at 6:30. So that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed the show. You three have a fantastic Saturday, and we'll see the rest of you next week. Bye.
Miss Casey's Christmas store has been your happy place over the past 35 years. We create beautiful displays to decorate your home or anywhere else your heart desires. Bring the Wonderland home with you. Your happy place for holiday and home decor is now open. We have had so much fun helping you bring cheer to your world that we changed our name to Miss Casey's Wonderland. Thank you for shopping at Miss Casey's in-store or online and spreading cheer throughout your world.